So what I am going to do this.
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing out there?
Right here, right there, and I'm going to put a grease zerk in there. And the reason I'm going to do that is because none of these other hubs have it at all.
How's everybody out there doing tonight? This is Scotty 1979 coming to you live tonight. How you guys and girls doing? Did y'all have a great weekend, or a good weekend, or a bad weekend?
I don't know. It's got to push it all the way through. And
mine was fairly well.
So I'll just bore the hole there. Put in the
last week,
put in the new grease zerk,
I pulled a muscle in my back,
and grease it. It'll be greasable.
And yesterday it got a lot better. But this afternoon, it sure has been a pain in my butt. It's been aggravating me all evening. Sore. Hurt.
None of these have it.
So.
And I think that's a lot of the problems with these wagons and years ago.
And I really didn't pick up nothing heavy today that I'm aware of.
And then you've got this
but
problem. Well, there's enough grease in the front because you take the cap off and you force grease into it. But it never makes it to the back, and the back fairing goes out. Or you just neglect it, which is what happens a lot. They get neglected. We did grease those on there in the back.
I am playing a little bit of free sale. Like you guys and girls, some of you would know. Because I'm addicted to it. I play it quite a bit.
Cinnamon Sweet Apple Jacks, classic Kellogg's Corn Flakes, and the crispy crunch of Corn Pops. Everyone's got their favorite, or maybe a few of them. Kellogg's, eat what you like.
Trying to see who we got coming in here tonight, chat.
T-minus 2 minutes to crispy, fluffy, Eggo home-style waffles. All systems go. Launching in 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I think this one's a solo mission.
Oh, that's convenient.
When there.
Playing a little bit of free sale here, trying to kill a little time. There we go. Woohoo! You got a haircut. Yeah, man. What do you think about that? I got it all peeled off. Look like a different guy now, right? Looks like a different guy now. Which I guess is all good though, right? So we're just sitting here playing a little game tonight, waiting on you guys and girls to come in. See what all of y'all been up to. You like it? Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. Make sure you hit that sub button, send me a sub or donation. I got it looking pretty good. What is going on? Y'all doing all right tonight? All right. Got this old head shaved, got it peeled back. That's the only way to go about it. I usually get my hair cut this low in the springtime, like April, May is when I usually get my hair cut like this. But things have just been out of any other way to pay for sub. Well, you just hit the sub button, or you can hit donation. I got PayPal set up, so you can donate through PayPal as well. If that's what you're asking. PayPal is set up on there. So, but yeah, we've had a pretty good week so far. I got tired of all that old hair being on my head, and I said, well, I gotta go get a cut. about the wrong time of year to get it like this, though. Now this poor head's gonna freeze in the wintertime, right? It's already been cold out there, and I've been keeping it a hat on, keep it warm. Yeah, I got PayPal, and then if you don't want to pay PayPal, you can do it through the subs. How are you doing, though? I am doing great. Thanks for asking. I am doing really good. So, yep, I'm doing good. I'm about $150 away from getting my Xbox. I need about $150 more to go with the $150 I've already got in donations, but I need about another $150 to go to get the Xbox that I need, so we can start playing games on here. Y'all be watching me play games all the time then. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm anxious, but you know, I've got to wait on the right time, right? How was your Halloween? Scary. Woo. Now my Halloween went all right. We didn't do anything. Pretty much sat in here in the house last night. We watched some scary movies on the Fire Stick. We watched some scary movies, Michael Myers and Halloween and stuff like that. But other than that, we done all right. We still a kicking. Ain't nobody came out and got us yet. Boom, 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 boom. How was y'all's Halloween? Volume 43. How was your Halloween? Did y'all go out and do any trick or treating, or y'all stayed around the house, or? My Halloween was good. All right. Did you have a lot of trick-or-treaters at your house? That's something we didn't do. We did. I was going to, but we backed out of it. Was passing candy out. We just got too lazy, and we didn't bother going to the store and getting a couple bags of candy. Oh, you went to a haunted house. All right. That sounds like fun, going to a haunted house. In case like a lot of y'all don't know, speaking of haunted house, I took my wife. I reckon it's the first time she's ever been to a haunted house. But it's been about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. And we went to Gatlinburg up into the mountains, and they had a haunted house up there as well. And we've been all up down through Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forest and them all in the mountains. Well, we took a walk down the main drag downtown, and they had this haunted house. Jen said, let's go in there. I said, all right, let's go in there. First time she's ever been in one. She's never been in one before. And there was me and her and another guy and another girl. So it's 4 of us total that went in at once. And it was pretty fun all the way up to the end. I let my wife go out towards the end, and there was a guy down there with a chainsaw, like Texas Chainsaw would have, and she went out first, and I was right behind her. And son, I tell you what, she jumped and come running back at me, jumped up in my arm. Where are you going? That man just running that chainsaw and oh my God. That was the day, I tell you. I laughed and I still laugh today about it. Y'all should have been there to see her face though. I mean, it was hilarious. It was all too funny. But hey, it's all good. Especially when you get a good scare, right? That's the best part of the whole haunted house thing. Oh, I've always been to a haunted, what we call a haunted hayride is what I've been on when I was a kid. And we had a farm. And the farm that we went to was about, I think it was about 15 acres, I think is what it was. And every year during Halloween, they would, they don't do nothing to this wood, this field, ever. Well, they do now, but for a long time, they didn't do nothing to it for a long, long time. And, but they use it just for that attraction at the end of the year. All right, what is going on? Long time no seen. Where you been hiding at all these days? And nice haircut, yeah. I just got that 2 days ago, 3 days ago, something like that. But yeah, back to the story time. It's about 15 acres that they use just for that. Yay! Yeah, I'm looking real fresh. No cap, no cap, no cap. And we'd go out there, and he'd have a horse, and at the time that we went, he used a small John Deere tractor, and then they had horses, but I always like riding the tractor. We ride tractor, go around at 12. I wish I had money to buy stuff. Well, appreciate that, bub. Sorry you don't have any, but you know, it is what it is. You know, man gotta take care of his bills, right? You gotta take care of yourself first, right? And it was fun riding on a wagon, especially when a tractor was pushing along. And them were the days back in the days. It was pretty scary back then. You'd have people jump out and grab you and everything else for sure. People jump out and grab you, and people go chasing people with butcher knives down through there. They go screaming, hollering, you know, all kind of good stuff. It was fun. I loved it. My cousin, oh, he hated it. He hates it. He went out there. I remember he went out there one time, and he wouldn't go back. He hated it. He was scared of it. Me and a couple of other of my cousins tried to get him to go a couple times later, but he had his mind made up. He said he wasn't going back into another wood like that. It was fun though. Some people just get scared too easy though sometimes, you know. They actually think that it's actually something that went real. I don't know if he might have went home and had a nightmare or something about it, but it bothered him. It bothered him a lot after that point. Oh, I finish it all the time. I play it a little bit and then I get tired of it and I quit and I get off of it. But it's an easy game. I've done beat it so many times that it ain't even funny. I just get tired of playing it because that's just about all I got to play. I'm really wanting to get a Xbox in here so I can play Call of Duty and stuff like that. It's what I'm really wanting to do. You know how it is when you just only got one. Well, I got 3 video games, and all 3 of them. You know how it is when you play them over and over and over. It really gets old. It gets old once you play them over and over and over. But stuff like Call of Duty, it's different. Every time you play it, it's different. Especially when you play against other people across the world, it's different because they're not set up in the same place. These Mario games here, I mean, they're all the same. Nope, I've never played Pokemon games. I've never done any Pokemon games ever. My brother has. But I've never got any of that stuff, Pokemon and stuff like that. And I don't know why I've ever I just never got into it. The only reason I've ever played Super Mario 3 was because that's the only game I've ever played with when I was a kid, back when they first came out in '85. I've had so much stuff to do outside that we never really had. I've never played any of them. Call of Duty games, have you played? None. I played absolutely zero. Basically, I've never really had time to play them. What's up, Ram? Never really had time to play them. I've always been busy doing other stuff. You remember the 90s? Oh, how could I not? The 90s was quite interesting. Especially if you was a friend of mine. Does it seem that long ago? Oh no. Oh no. Man, I don't even know how I managed to get away from all the trouble that I've got into back in them days. Do I ever remember them? That's got to be some kind of tricky question to that one, because, man, I tell you. That was, boy, had the world changed in the 2000s. I saw the 1978s and 79s. Yeah. The world started changing really in 2000, right? With the millennium year. That's when everything really changed. Gas was still I remember back in 98, 99. 99 was the year that gas got over $1 a gallon. Yeah, 9/11 did change the world forever. It was 1999 is when gasoline got over $1 a gallon. Yeah, that wasn't so very long. Cell phones were becoming popular. Just a certain amount of people could get cell phones from 97, 98. It was hard for people to get cell phones. They done all these credit checks and stuff. Very few people could get them. Back then, only adults could have them. Because of the data plan that they had, man, it was terrible. Compared to what they are today. Really, when did the internet really take off? All right, that is a really good question. Internet came about in the mid-90s, around 95 or 96 is when the internet started coming around. But it was old dial-up internet. We didn't have it in homes yet. You couldn't get internet for your house until after 2000. 2001, I think, is when it became more popular for people to have internet in the houses. That started about 2000, 2001. And then about 2010, 2011, it really when it really started taking off. They started coming out with Facebook. They was coming out with YouTube. Google was getting big at that time. And this is only 2020, so it's only been 10 years ago. So, and the internet has really taken off really big. That's right. Yeah, it hasn't been around that long. Like I said, the internet didn't start popping around to about the mid 95. Because of schools, our schools and library didn't even have internet, and I graduated in 93, and schools didn't even have internet back then. They didn't even know what internet was. Now, we had computers that you could play games. One of them was the Wagon Trail. Like I said, and there's them big old black floppy disks. Boy, I tell you what, time sure has changed, though, ain't it? From those to now. It amazes me how the world has done slipped by so fast. Now that we're talking about the internet, you know, because YouTube started right after 9/11, I think. That's interesting. I wonder what will happen in the near future. Well, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if Back to the Future, and it already kind of has if you stop and think about it, and I'm going to speak about it here in a minute. You ever watch that show Back to the Future? I see the future going into that. I really see the future going in that. If you look at it, when that guy went in, Michael J. Fox went into the future, and he got on that hoverboard. Well, we've got them now, right? You just stand on the hoverboard, and I could never skateboard. I could roller skate, but I could never do a skateboard. Imagine me getting on one of them freaking hoverboards. It ain't gonna happen. But you know, it's out there now. So hoverboards has become very popular. You've got drones out here now that's flying around in certain areas. So, I mean, if you go back and watch Back to the Future from the time in real life, what life was to what he was going into the future to see, that's quite a bit right there that happened. And, you know, and now if you look at it, if you convert from 1995, if you convert that from now to now, from 95 to now, you can see that the world has came a long ways. I mean, for an example, you look at your medical field. I remember when we was kids and you go in a doctor's office and stuff and you fill out paperwork, they had everything on a piece of paper in a chart in a folder, and they kept it as your file. Okay, now everything's done by computer now, internet, and you go to a doctor today, he comes in there with a tablet on there and he'll type everything in on a tablet. You know, back in them days, you didn't have that kind of stuff. But what I did find interesting, and it was actually a good thing that they actually did it on a TV show. How many of y'all ever watched Chicago Med? Well, Chicago Med, they had a episode where they had a hacker that hacked into their computer system, which froze their systems up, and the doctors couldn't see nothing or do nothing or do anything. They had to go back to paper and pencils and the drawing board. That was quite interesting to see them doing that. You know, it's like, man, they relied on this technology today. And one of these days, it's going to be, I do see it happening, but at the same time I see it happening, I think that the technology people see it happening too, so I think they're kind of preparing for it. But I see the internet actually crashing all over the world. One morning you'll wake up and you may be on the internet, or you may not be on the internet. You may be getting ready to get on the internet, and it won't do nothing. Everything's frozen solid until they get it fixed. I really do see that happening because they're updating the internet speed every day. Where are we at now? 5G now, right? Internet speed. I think we got the 5G going on now. And I don't even know how they got that thing listed up and going, because the 5G internet, I remember when it first hit the market, oh, it causes cancer. It's worse on your body with cancer and stuff. And it was just crazy. Everything we do causes cancer. Even the freaking power line going to our house causes cancer. I mean, go figure, right? Next thing you know, we're going to have cars that can fly like an airplane. You'll be sitting there and you'll be stuck in a traffic jam. And I'll see this from rich people probably first before anybody else will. You'll be driving a car and you'll be sitting there in a traffic jam, and then all of a sudden you'll see somebody reach down there and push a button, and next thing you know they raise up and then they start flying. Like they got a drone just flying them across. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm down to 2 viewers. I'm not sure who's out there viewing me or what, so, but I'm going to go ahead and call this video a well job done, and I've been on here 35 minutes already, so I got some stuff I need to be attending to, so I hope you guys and girls have a good night. Get you some good night rest, or people that's getting up, maybe. Start your Monday morning work day. Y'all be careful out there, and y'all take care of yourself, and we'll see y'all tomorrow night.